On this rivalry edition of Sports Desk, we dive in the trenches and pick through Florida State stats. A classic reunion of two great coaches opened the weekend, and Annalise and Danny kicked off the Canes men's and women's basketball seasons. So go along, hike, for the Sports Desk. And our play of the day comes from Greenville, North Carolina, East Carolina, and UCF. George O'Leary's Knights have 4 seconds to win it. It's Justin Hallman with time on course and arc for the end zone. Looks like it may be a little bit short, but wait a minute. It's Brashad Perryman in double coverage for the touchdown. Take a second look. Perryman puts on a little bit more gas to get ahead of the defenders. Unbelievable. Move over Blake Bortles. There's a new Central Florida legend. UCF beats the Pirates 32-30 to take a share of the Conference USA title with Memphis. Duke Johnson finished the season as the all-time Hurricanes rushing leader with 3,387 yards and has already begun to take home the hardware. ACC Commissioner John Swafford announced Thursday that Johnson is the 2014 recipient of the Brian Piccolo Award. This honor is given each year to the most courageous player in the ACC. The award's namesake, Brian Piccolo, was the 1965 ACC Player of the Year as a Wake Forest running back before his life was tragically cut short by cancer in 1970 while playing for the Chicago Bears. Johnson is the 4th Hurricane to receive the award, which will be presented at the ACC Night of Legends in Charlotte tonight.
Welcome to Inside Pitch. I'm your host, Abby Bruins, alongside baseball insider Neil Dwyer. As usual, we'll start off with the 5-Shake Performer of the Week. Neil, who would that be? Well,
that would be none other than probably the most improved player of 2014, third baseman Johnny Ruiz. Don't forget, he couldn't charge or field a ground ball at second base in the beginning of the year. Now he's stabbing line drives at third. He's hitting 2 RBI doubles. He has been just tremendous over the weekend, raising his batting average by 40 points, going 6 for 13 with 4 RBI. You take a look at that great hit on Wednesday against FAU. And Jim Morris has just had a tremendous amount of faith and confidence in his young freshman third baseman, as he said after Wednesday's game against FAU. Here at the Cosford Cinema, we are just hours away from the world premiere of The U, Part 2. One of the things the film does touch on is something all seniors in attendance were familiar with from their very first day as freshmen, the Navin Shapiro scandal. It's so rare that we get to catch up with Sports Desk alumni since so many first jobs in journalism are so far away from Miami. I did get a chance to catch up with Katie Stazak last weekend, who gets to work alongside her lifelong passion, horse racing. About 80 men came together to join forces against sexual assault, and for some people, it was an interesting experience wearing pumps. Katie Meyer's ladies take on 1-7 Coppin State tomorrow. Coach Meyer continues to remind her team that the season is one grind at a time as they get ready for conference play. Baseball player Willie Abreu was named the 2014 third-team All-ACC outfielder after he hit .277 in 59 starts, the most of any freshman. Brianna Browden got the chance to sit down with his sophomore stud in this week's Athlete of the Week. It's quiet now, but in a few hours, the Miami Hurricanes will leave for Shreveport and the Independence Bowl in front of a raucous student rally as the Canes try to break their long-standing bowl drought record since 2006. Bobby Bowden and Howard Schnellenberger are the reason this rivalry is so well known, but underneath party lines, a mutual respect is uncovered.
With Bobby, you knew that you were going to get an honest day's work.
Well, I knew of Howard's reputation before I ever met him.
34 seasons at FSU and 2 national championships later, Bowden did reveal his one regret.
Yeah, the thing I always recall about our game with Miami is I wish I had a kicker who could keep it.
When asked if he would handle controversial quarterback Jameis Winston any different than head coach Jimbo Fisher, Bowden chose the diplomatic route.
I don't think Jimbo would want me to give my opinion on that. I'll let Jimbo handle that one.
2 of the college coaching giants granting their wisdom to a full audience was a perfect ceremony to begin this great weekend. Schnellenberger wrapped the night up with his own prediction.
Florida State has the opportunity to gain back a lot of respect from the nation if they could have a decisive win. So I'm picking the University of Miami by 1.5 points.
And here we go, the windup, the kick from Salas. The pitch, swung on and missed! And it's a perfect game! Salas did it! A perfect game for Javi Salas! Folks, we just witnessed history!
It was a call that made headlines across the country. George Salas on WVOM calling his brother Javi's perfect game. But if you ask George, all he remembers are the emotions.
I was standing up the whole last inning. I was standing up, and I just remember the last out just smiling and just being so happy.
But Salas wasn't scheduled to call the final out. Instead, he called the middle 3 innings, including this defensive gem in the 6th.
As this pitch from Javi's grounded up the middle, Hernandez makes a nice diving play, throw over to first base, got him! What a play by Hernandez!
Instead, the decision was made by broadcasting colleague Alex Sommer and the WVOM sports director.
I'm going to toss it over to you. It would be the right and cool thing to do to have you call the 9th inning for your brother's perfect game. And he was like, "Are you sure about that?" I was like, "Yeah, of course. No, you need to do it."
Yeah. Chris sent us a text like, you need to call it.
Sommer did get a great play, though, Sebastian Diaz's diving catch in the 8th inning.
All of a sudden, the ball gets lined, and it was hit pretty hard.
The 1-2 pitch is swung on, and it is to left field, and it's caught! A diving catch! Diving catch!
Going into the 9th inning, George still maintained a sense of professionalism.
I was just trying to breathe and trying to do my job. Like, I thought to myself, I'm a broadcaster. And
the pitch from Javi Salas. A fastball, check swung over to Thompson. Thompson will take it himself, and there's one down here in the 9th. As Javi looks in for the sign, the pitch. This one's popped to center field. Carey drifting under it. And there's 2 down in the 9th.
After the game, Javi Salas came up to the broadcast booth to share a post-game moment with his brother.
I can't believe I'm in the radio booth with my brother right now. This is awesome. This might be better than the perfect game, the fact that I'm here with him.
I think it was off air. I had taken off my headset and I just gave him a big hug. And I know my parents were down on the field. I didn't get to be down on the field, which that was okay because I got to get a post-game interview with him, which I thought would like even it out. It was all good.
For UMTV, I'm Neil Dwyer.
Over on the West Coast, the Hurricanes' second spring football scrimmage is currently underway at Naples High School.
Sports Desk fans may remember mild-mannered anchor Katie Stazak, but right out of college, she's transitioned to the job of a lifetime.
Coming up this week at Gulfstream Park, we returned to Gulfstream Park. We had a great fall turf festival at Gulfstream Park West.
Katie is now the pre-race analyst, among other on-air roles, out in the sunshine and fresh air of Gulfstream Park. She was wrapping up a writing internship at the track last year when she got the call from her boss to be on camera.
He said, well, how about to end your internship, we'll put you on the handicapping show for a day with Ron Nicoletti, who's our head handicapper. So I went out, did the show with him. It was amazing.
Nicoletti has praised her vast horse racing knowledge at such a young age.
She is far ahead of anybody else that started after only, what has it been, 6 months or something like that.
My boss got a call from corporate and his boss, and they said, who's that girl? She has to do it again.
Nicoletti has enjoyed the pair's chemistry on the air.
For me, it makes my job easy when you have someone sitting next to you so knowledgeable, knows the horse, understands the horse, and most importantly, loves the horse.
Just 6 months removed from college, Katie Stazak is in the middle of her dream job, a rarity for young broadcasters. However, Stazak firmly believes that it wasn't the luck of the draw that got her here, and that it is possible to follow your dreams.
Don't be afraid to ask. The worst that someone can say is no, and just go for it. And that's what I learned at UM, because I was taught that really nothing was impossible, and I'm really happy about it. I wouldn't change a thing about my time there, and I wouldn't change a thing about what I'm doing now. I'm very happy.